Hi guys, I'm Kat. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to create your very own custom stamp brushes in Procreate. I'll guide you through the whole process, and if you stay till the end, I've also prepared a little gift for you. So grab your iPad and let's get right in. First, let's open Procreate and open a new canvas. I like to use a square canvas, 2048 by 2048 pixels. A square canvas keeps the stamp centered, which is important later on. Now let's draw the shape you want to use as a stamp. Now pick whatever brush you like. I'm going to stick with my watercolor brush. The important thing here is to make sure the color is completely black because that's how Procreate reads the brushes best. Now I'm going to draw a little love heart. That's going to be my stamp for today. Just going to do a few layers here because it's a watercolor brush. And I'm pretty happy with this heart. So now once you're happy, just resize it a bit so it fits the canvas and center it as much as you can so it looks very nice and proportionate. Okay, now let's export the image. So press share. I'm going to do JPEG, but PNG is just as fine. And save image. Okay, now click your brush button here. If you scroll all the way to the bottom on your left hand side, you'll see the plus button. Press that and we've opened a new set. Name your set. I'm just going to call it stamps. And then let's press the plus button. Okay, here we go. Let's import our shape. So press the shape option here. Edit, import a photo, and here's the shape that I created. And there we go. Now tap with 2 fingers to invert the photo because that's how Procreate will read the shape. Press done and there we go. So you can test it a bit on your drawing pad. There's my little love heart. Now if you draw it as a line though, it's not really imposing a shape, is it? So to fix this, go to stroke path and in spacing you can adjust the settings here, drag it to the right and you can see in the drawing pad, I'll just clear it again for you. The spacing has enlarged a bit. You can drag this to your liking. It really is based on your preferences, how spaced apart you want it to be, so you can play around with that. I'll just leave it like this for now. Now the next setting that I like to use is if you go back to shape, here's a few options that you can play around with. Now, mine's at touch only, but if you press azimuth, this does something interesting. Azimuth just means your brush tip follows the way your pencil is tilting. If I tilt my pencil to the left, see how the love heart is going in that direction. If I tilt it to the right, the love heart goes more this way, to the right. So it's a bit like pointing a flashlight beam. The brush follows where you aim it. Now, underneath this option here, there's also one with the barrel roll. With barrel roll turned on, the brush also reacts when I twist my Apple pencil in my fingers, not just the tilt. So if I rotate the pencil like this, like I'm twirling it, the stamp rotates on the screen too. So these are options that, depending on what you want to use the stamps for, might come in handy. I'll just keep mine as touch for now. Touch only. Now if you scroll down, there's also a rotation option. Rotation controls how the stamp turns as you draw. So if it's set to 0, the stamp will always face the same direction, no matter how you move your pencil. But if you turn rotation, maybe I'll shift it all the way up, the stamp will follow the direction of my stroke. So if I clear my pad, as I draw a line, the shape will follow. So as I curve my line, the stamp curves with it. This is handy for brushes like arrows or leaves where you want them to follow with your line. But for simple stamps, you might want to leave it low so they stay upright. I'll just keep mine at 0 for now. Now the next property that I like to utilize is scatter. Scatter adds randomness. So every time you tap or drag, the stamp points in a different random direction. It's perfect if you want leaves, stars, or petals to feel more organic. Now another setting that I'd like to change is if you go to Apple Pencil, there is under pressure, opacity. Now I'm just going to clear my screen, clear my pad again. Now, depending on how much strength I put on my hand, if I put a very light pressure, the shape of the heart is very faint. And if I put more pressure, It's a lot more prominent. If you don't want this, you can bring the opacity straight to 0, and no matter how hard you press on it, it will stay the same. So if you want a consistent pattern or consistent stamp throughout, this might be a good option for you. Now, that's pretty much all the main features that I use to make stamps. If you're happy with your stamp, you go to About This Brush, maybe give it a name. I'll name it Love. And then we're pretty much done. Now test it out. I'm just going to undo that. Open a new layer. Choose a different color. Maybe I'll do a little pink, light pink. And then here's my little love heart. So play around with it. Now have a look, guys. If I increase the size all the way up, the size of the heart is still actually quite small. I mean, depending on how you want to use it, that might be enough, but to me that does look a bit small. So this is how you can change that. Go back to your stamp, the love stamp. If you click it, if you go to properties, you can adjust that with this option here, the maximum size. I like to bring that up around 400 to 500-ish. And then that way, see, the maximum size is really, really big now. So that's something you might want to think about. Just reduce it a bit. So have a look. You can change colors, stamp it all the way you like, and there you go. There's your custom brush. Again, another option that you could do, just going to undo this, is make the background really dark. Maybe I'll use a little blue. Pick a very light color. I'll do a light yellow. And then stamp it like that. And there we go. We've got different ways we can utilize our stamp brush to make your art really, really unique. So to help you get started, I've made a few stamp brushes for you, a little leaf, a love heart, a couple of flowers, and some soft clouds. You can download them for free from the link in the description below. Thanks so much for spending this time creating with me today. I hope this helped you feel inspired to make your own stamps easily. Let me know in the comments if there's any other Procreate tips you'd like me to share with you. Until next time, take care and happy creating.